Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who is new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. Okay, so we're doing another tag. This morning, while I was doing this makeup, I had the idea because, you know what, I'm coming up to 2 years on YouTube now, and I was just thinking, sort of going down memory lane, how this whole journey has changed me, and then I thought, why am I not making a tag out of this? Because every YouTube creator can relate to this. Everybody has a journey here, everybody started at some point, and everybody is somewhere now. So, and you never stay the same. So I thought, let's just find some categories to sort of pin it down a little bit and then talk about those categories. So I came up with 9. I'm sure there are way more. And if you want to do the tag, you do not have to do all of them if you're not feeling comfortable with all of them, or just pick and choose or do all of them, whatever you want. Feel yourself tagged. I'm really excited to do this tag, and let's just do it. Okay, so I have 9. Like I said, you do not have to do that. For example, the first one is probably a little bit controversial, and it might not be something for like everybody to talk about, but for me it is sort of very, very obvious, and it's also a big part of my life. So I feel like, because it is of course my tag, I want to talk about it, so that's why I'm including it. Okay, so for me the first category is physical appearance, because for me that has changed so much. 2 years ago, I was severely underweight. I was in the middle of a very bad eating disorder, and you know, with eating disorders, it's a little bit like with alcoholism. I don't know if you ever really get over it. I still struggle after like 1.5 years of treatments. I struggle still every single day to keep myself in line, and to be okay. You know, I have to force myself to be okay, because even if I am okay and even if I'm eating okay, I still feel not good about it, you know. So that is my personal struggle, where I'm still in the middle of it. But weight wise, I've shifted from being severely underweight to being normal weight, and honestly, according to the body mass index, I'm already overweight. The way I am now, I'm already quite a bit overweight. So that is crazy though. It's crazy, but anyway, this is such a pressure point, but that's not part of the video. Yeah, anyway, so that is that. My physical appearance has changed a lot, and I feel like personally I'm way prettier now, because I'm more full, obviously. But when I look at my videos from back then, of course my body was super slim and everything, and I kind of liked that. But when I look at my face and I see those lines that I had here, because there was actually no body fat, that is really like, it's scary. And back then I didn't even see it, you know, because I was in the middle of it, and it's like there is a cloud of fog around you and you cannot see yourself for what you are. That's why you do therapy. Anyway, so that, I just wanted to include that because it is very important for me to look back and see that, because it's also part of my healing. But of course you don't have to do that. Okay, category number 2 is styling. So for me, styling has always been a big thing, and not everybody is like that. There are a lot of YouTubers, also beauty YouTubers, who sit in front of the camera in sweatpants and whatever, you know, which is fine, because everybody deserves to be the way they want to be. For me personally, styling is very, very important. I love to reinvent myself every single day, but there also has been a change, because back then, and that is maybe a little bit connected to the first category with the physical appearance, because I used to be so skinny, I could then, like, I was piling on the clothes. I could wear like 20 layers of clothes and just mix and match and have a lot of layers doing different things, which was very, very interesting. I'm not doing that anymore, because now I almost feel like I can't do it because I'm too big for that, which is probably not true. But anyway, I sort of feel like I'm going in a different direction now. Maybe, I don't want to say more elegant, because I don't think my style in that sense is really elegant in the traditional way, but maybe in my own way. I don't know if that makes any sense. Also, in combination with my head wraps, they also have developed in a certain way, because in the very beginning of my channel, I was still doing these wraps that were hanging down in the back, like very, very far down and whatever, and it was just a whole different style. Now I'm doing more like the turban style, which has, like, this has become me, you know. I feel that way more than the other wraps that I used to do. So I really, really feel that there has been a journey in that too. I've always been colorful, I've always been bold, I've always been like out there and not been afraid to try myself out or to try new things, but I feel there has been a development to be a little bit more refined, maybe not elegant, but more refined, but in my way. Yeah, take it or leave it. I don't know. That's how I feel it. Okay, number 3 is language skills. So for everybody who is speaking on YouTube in a language other than the mother tongue, that applies to you because, you know, my mother tongue is German, and I also speak Hebrew okay. I don't speak Hebrew like a mother tongue, but I speak Hebrew okay. But here I'm sitting and speaking in English. So I had English in school, I had French in school, and it was hard in the beginning, you know, to start a channel in English, and it was a decision because I was so insecure about so many things at the beginning, about my appearance, about like everything, and then in addition to that also at the insecurity about the language and how you're speaking, and that has really, really changed. I feel way more comfortable with the English now. I know that I'm doing mistakes, that I'm making mistakes, you see, already there. But I don't care so much anymore, you know. It is kind of funny, you know, now I sort of joke around about it, but back then when I think how I was editing, like I was trying to edit out every single mistake and sort of polish every video, which was even not possible because I was filming from my phone and I used a editing app that I had downloaded on my phone, where you're very, very limited in what you can do. But I was trying so hard to polish myself, and when I look back at that now, I think, Leorah, why? Just be yourself, you know. You can have your own little flaws and things. It's not a big deal. Maybe people will even like you for it. Maybe they'll smile and giggle, you know. It's a good thing. We don't need to be perfect. So that is definitely something where I think I have come a long way. I totally also increased my vocabulary, obviously. I've also been doing a lot of like watching English speaking YouTubers, of course, where I'm always learning also language skills, you know. And I have also been reading, whenever I had time to read English literature, I definitely did do that too, you know. So all like the whole picture I think has really, really changed towards the better, because you know, my husband is American, my kids are all American, you know, through birth, not because they were born in America, but because they have an American father. So and I'm the only one who's German and Israeli, of course. So I always felt inadequate to speak in English, but now I don't anymore. I don't think about it anymore, you know. It's kind of, you know, it is what it is, and we'll all live with it, and nobody really complains. So plus there have been a lot of people, especially in the beginning of my channel, who have been super, super helpful in giving me language advice, you know. That was really, really nice, and it really, really helped me. So yeah. Number 4 is camera presence. That is a huge point that has changed in my YouTube journey here, because in the beginning I promise you, I was sitting in front of the camera. I always had a meltdown of anxiety right before I turned on the camera. When I knew I would have to film the next morning, I was already nervous in the evening, and I was always in fear. I was always in fear. I'm not going to be good enough. I'm not going to be, like, nobody's going to watch. And then when I saw I had like 17 views or something, then it's very, very discouraging. You know, I remember how it was. And even now, when I see a video has been like, it has only 170 views, then I think, wow, I must have been really, really bad. Of course, I know in the back of my mind that it might just have been a topic that nobody, or like not nobody, but not so many people are interested in. But still, it feels like, wow, did I not do well, or something like this? You know, it is there. It is always there. But anyway, besides that, I do really feel that I have become more confident ever since I started to have more professional equipment. Once I got a ring light, once I got a YouTube camera, and you know, my whole setup here changed, because in the beginning it was all like really dark and stuff. So once everything around me became a little bit more professional, my husband bought me a desk, and I have a little swivel chair, which I really, really like. And so he has been super supportive, of course, in all of that. So I feel with that came more confidence. It was not there like turning a switch, but it grew from there, you know. And I think it's now over a year that I have real equipment, because for the first 10 months or so, maybe 8 months, I filmed just with my phone. With having my whole setup here with the like more professional, it's not perfect by all means, but it is way better than it used to be. The confidence started to grow, and from then on I started to sort of develop in the way that I'm now, you know. And it was still a journey of another year that I can sit here now and actually feel like I'm not dying ever since I turned on the camera. And it was so weird, because I always felt that this is my place and this is what I want to do and this is what I'm supposed to do. But at the same time, it was so hard. It was a struggle, and I don't know how. It sort of taught me something about life, you know, that even though you know you're supposed to do something and you're meant to do something and you're maybe even starting to be good at doing something, it does not necessarily mean that it needs to be easy. You know, sometimes you really just have a lot of growing to do till you get there. And that is really how I feel about this whole camera presence thing. Okay, number 5 is makeup skills. Sweeties, 2 years ago, I considered myself a makeup artist. I wasn't really. I started the training to actually become a certified makeup artist about 3 months or so after I started my channel. And it sort of went parallel from there, you know, my channel developing and also me doing the training for becoming a makeup artist. I studied for 1.5 years and I did a lot of courses, and I also competed here in Israel nationwide, and I came in first, by the way. Which I'm very proud of, but that was last year, so if I would compete now, I don't know. I mean, there are always new talented people coming up, so I don't know. But that was in the summer 2019, and I competed with the best up and coming in Israel, and I did really well. So that was great. That was a huge boost of confidence, and I was super grateful to even be chosen to be in that competition, because there were like 15 makeup artists chosen from the whole country, and that was really good. But besides that, I think I have come a long way, definitely, and I feel it also in my confidence, of course, like being in front of the camera, looking much better, you know, because I know now what I'm doing. But I must say that most of what I'm doing now is not what I've learned in the courses that I took. Absolutely not, because what I learned there was super basic. It's basically what a makeup artist learns to do, like bridal makeup and like very classy glam. I'm not saying that is necessarily the easiest makeup, especially when you do like the no makeup looks. That can actually be really challenging. But nobody teaches you something like this in like those courses, not at all, you know. So what I did was I sat here every single morning on camera, off camera, doesn't matter, and I sort of like pushed myself forward by just doing it every single day and always having a goal to reach, you know. So sometimes I was going through like stages where I was going to teach me eyeliners, to teach myself how to apply eyeliners and to like perfect it. I'm not there yet, but I'm much better at it. Then I went through stages where I said, okay, now I'm going to concentrate on lash application or on blending or on contouring or on the lips, you know. And I really felt like that was the real thing that pushed me forward, because it came from me. It was not a teacher standing in front of the class teaching you something like dry material or whatever. It was because it came out of myself. And this is then how I also, like, I could dip into the creativity that is within me and just let it out, because it was already there. I just needed to sort of get there. And yeah, so this is how I feel about my makeup skills. I'm not done yet learning, you know, I'm still all the time discovering new stuff that I want to do, where I want to get better and things like that. But it has become much, much better. Okay, number 6 is channel management. Okay, so my channel has grown a bit ever since I started. Not exploding in a, I don't know, great way, but it has been growing constantly, which is nice, you know. Sometimes it takes a little bit of patience to grow a channel. Probably most of the times it's very, very rare that a channel just like has a video that goes viral and then the channel grows or something. And I personally also, I am totally against using certain means to grow my channel, like for example going into drama and things like this, because this kind of content of course attracts a lot of views and a lot of people subscribing, you know, because people like drama. What can I do? I try to keep it as much as possible out of my channel on purpose, because I don't want to go there. I sometimes have to address something because, you know, because I have to. But I'm not making drama videos or something like this. Now, I'm not criticizing people who do it. It's just that it's not for me. Okay, I know that it's a good way though to grow your channel. I'm choosing to rather stay small because I don't want to feed off this. You know what I mean? So that is that. So I have been growing. I got monetized finally in September 2019. And that was for me personally a big, huge boost for my confidence that yes, now I have reached this stage. It is an amazing feeling to get this one message from YouTube where it says your channel has been approved for monetization. It doesn't mean that you become rich. It doesn't mean that you'll be paid in the next half year. It really depends, because you know, it depends on your views and all kinds of stuff. So for me it took something like 3 months till I got my first payment, because YouTube doesn't pay you. No, I'm not gonna go there because I don't think I'm allowed to. Okay, anyway, so that is that. I have been though, in those last 2 years, I've been very, very driven to grow my channel. I wanted it. I absolutely wanted it, and I knew the whole time that this was what I want to do and where I want to be. So that's why I kept uploading and uploading and uploading. And not that it was always easy, because I had stages where really my best friend had to talk me into putting out videos, because I was so scared, you know. And maybe if you've been here with me from the beginning, whereas I sometimes said to people, I'm so scared to be in front of the camera, but I'm forcing myself to be here to get over it. Maybe you remember that. I don't have that anymore. I'm not scared anymore. It's just a thing, you know. When you have a channel and you want it to grow, you have to upload, you have to release videos, and you have to do it regularly. And every YouTube tutorial that I watched before I started my channel said you have to upload at least 2 videos per week, at least, in order to have the algorithm, the YouTube algorithm, even considering you, you know, or like suggesting you as videos to watch or something like that. So you have to be really behind what you're doing if you want to grow your channel. So that is part, of course, of the channel management. I have been also way better in putting out content. I have ever since, I think, Vlogmas, of course, I'm not doing Christmas, but I did Vlogmas. And I have been continuing with that ever since December. You know, I have been putting out 5-6 videos a week. And that for me is a lot, because I have a big family and I have like a very busy life outside of YouTube. But it is just that important for me. And it's not like I'm not like these kind of YouTubers, and I feel very jealous of them, honestly, because there are certain YouTubers who come on camera and say, oh, I have so many ideas of what I want to film and this, and I have like no idea when to do it, because it's just so much that I want to do. And I sometimes feel like, wow, what could I film? You know, what could I film? I don't know. So for me, it is hard to sometimes to come up with content, So I've been letting myself go a little bit more also in the lifestyle direction, because that really, really helps me to also create content. And I personally feel it's nice for a channel to have variety in different kinds of things. So I do the wrapping tutorials, I do some lifestyle content, but mostly I'm doing makeup related videos. And even though I have been advised in the beginning to have a channel that is just one thing, because it's going to be easier for people to stick around, but I cannot do that. If I have a purely like a makeup channel, it will not thrive, because I cannot present you new things all the time. Or like the only thing I could do is sit here and doing a makeup look every single time. It would be super boring, So these are some kinds of thoughts that I have like in my channel management mind that I have to consider, There is one thing that I have to get better at, and that is about the comments. I know I have to get better about getting back to you and liking comments and things like this. It's not even so bad under my YouTube videos. I don't get so many comments that I couldn't handle it. But my other social media, especially Facebook, is really, really time sensitive. And the thing is that I really don't have a lot of time to do this. Now, I'm always encouraging you to leave comments, of course, because I want to hear from you. And I read everything I do, really, because I get notified about every single comment that I'm getting. But when I look at my phone and I see like there are 80 comments that I have to answer on Facebook alone, then it is so overwhelming sometimes for me that I think, okay, let's wait till tomorrow. Maybe it goes away, because it's a challenge, and at some point, if this whole thing grows more, I might have to hire someone who helps me with this, because I'm also not very good at this, I'm not. Yeah. So anyway, let's go to the next point, which is number 7, and that is personal development. So I feel like I'm more outgoing now in general, not like just in front of the camera, but in general, I'm more outgoing now. I'm less scared of being myself. I'm sort of filling my own shoes, In the beginning of my channel, I try to be someone, and I'm not saying that I was fake. I was just my body was already somewhere where my soul wasn't there yet. Something like that. And I'm sort of feeling like I'm filling my body now with my soul, if that makes any sense. There is a lot of growth in that too. I know better now what I want for myself, for my channel, but also for my private life, and also what I don't want for myself, things that I'm sort of fed up with, and that I just decide that I'm not taking this anymore, or I'm sort of growing up in a certain way. Now, I was already an adult woman when I started my channel. I was already 38, I think, when I started my channel, so now I'm 40. And I still feel like in certain ways I did grow up here on my channel. I still have a lot to learn, but I sort of also feel that I've become, for some people, I've become a role model, or like a role model, I guess. And some people are looking up to me now and want my advice and contact me on like private messages and say, what do you think about that, and what should I do? And I sort of feel like, well, I'm being very careful about giving advice because I feel like that can be dangerous and it can backfire. So I'm trying to sort of be careful and protect myself also a little bit. Not when it comes to like fashion advice or makeup advice, like which colors to put on my face or something like this. But other advice, lifestyle advice, I sort of have to protect myself a little bit, because I don't know the situation of that person who writes to me. I only know those 5 sentences that person wrote to me. So if I give that person an advice, do this or that, and then she does it and it backfires and it doesn't work, that would be horrible, and I don't want to have this kind of responsibility. But I still feel like I needed, because of having become sort of a bit of a role model for some people, that I actually really have to live up to that expectation and sort of make that, like, manifest it more in my own life also, So I think overall it has made me, this whole journey has made me more independent. It has made me also more independent from my husband, from my family, because I have my own thing here now. I'm not saying that it has split the family, no, but I sort of feel like finally I have something for myself after don't get this wrong, okay, after only being a mother for I don't know how many years, you know. I was stuck in this baby bubble, only being pregnant and giving birth and getting pregnant and giving birth, you know, which is okay, you know. If that is what you want to do, it's fine, and I don't regret it, even though it is hard. But it was super, super essential for me that I started to have this place for myself where I could grow and where I could be and where I can breathe and where I can be creative, you know. So that is my personal development in those 2 years of YouTube. Okay, number 8 is financial. The financial aspect, and also PR. So sweeties, if you get monetized, it doesn't mean anything. Sorry. It is nice to know that there are ads played on your video and that you're sort of having reached that threshold. But really, the only person who gets something from you is YouTube. From what I'm getting from YouTube, I can buy like 2 packs of diapers, you know. Let's put it that way, without like saying anything in specific, because I'm pretty sure that I'm not allowed to do that. So NPR, I think I might be getting something in the future, because I think at some point people will see that I'm good at what I'm doing, you know. But it has not been that great of an experience as of right now. I got a palette from, of course, Monique Bolle, which was really, really nice. I got 2 palettes from Rebel Rogue Labs, which was really, really nice. I got those 2 little palettes from Nomad Cosmetics, the Surf Shack bundle, which was sort of PR. It was not really, because it was the January Starfish initiative where I got nominated and I won it for January together with a few other influencers. And that is really it. You know, I get some PR from the brand that I'm working with my scarves, which is Rapunzel, but besides that, I don't think that has been a big part of my life so far. I wish it would, because it would really, really help my channel, and it would also be nice to just try new brands, you know, because I personally, with my money, I cannot buy everything. I can't. So it would really, really help, and I think that's the dream of every YouTuber or beauty YouTuber, to start getting PR and be recognized by brands, because also that, of course, adds to your own confidence like crazy. Really, I mean, there is no reason to deny that. It's a big validation for your channel if a brand recognizes you for your skills or for your the way you are in front of the camera, or for what you have to say, or things like that. So I hope that is in my future, because I really, really would love that. There are a lot of things that sort of speak against it, because, you know, stuff takes so long to get to me. So if a brand would want to send me something for a release, so I can basically do a look or something with a palette, for example, right when it releases, they would have to send it to me like a month before, so it would get here and I could still work with it before the product is released. I don't know really how it works, like in the beauty community, if this is how it's done, that the big influencers get their PR packages already like beforehand, I think, so their videos can be up with the release of the official release. But I don't know, I really don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but that's how I imagine it is. It is what it is. I'm very comfortable here with my channel. Of course I wanted to grow, definitely, that's my plan, and I have no reason to believe that it will not. But how exactly what will happen financially or with PR or whatever, who knows? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. If I wouldn't have a husband who supports me, and if I wouldn't bring in money from, you know, doing makeup and other things, then we couldn't live, you know. So yeah, that is that. And then number 9 is support from subscribers. That is really something that I want to like quickly go into before we finish up this video, because that is really something that has been so positive, because you people see things in me that I have never seen in myself, and I will be forever grateful for this feeling, especially in those times where, no, actually not, it has been been always like that, you have been so supportive and picking me up whenever I felt on camera that I'm absolutely failing, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm never gonna grow, I'm never gonna get anywhere. You have been there to pick me up, and that has been absolutely amazing, you know. And it's also connected to the support of the subscribers. It is also starting to become support of fellow YouTubers, because I'm not that alone anymore. The way I always thought that I was, I'm not that alone anymore. I have met a lot of several fellow YouTubers who have become my friends, and I feel so comfortable now just to know that there is this community around me where we can sort of depend on each other, or sort of pick each other up, or support each other, and that is super nice. So I'm very grateful. If for nothing else, this is what I'm really keeping with me, because I can really, any time of the day, I can go into my comment section of really any video and see, wow, there are people who actually love me, you know, who actually wait for my videos, who appreciate what I'm doing. And that is really something, you know, when you are, for example, a stay-at-home mom, and you feel like, you know, everybody takes you for granted, or everybody, I don't know, you know, the normal feelings that you once in a while have when you are overworked or whatever, and you feel like nothing makes sense. And then you hear that a person from the other side of the world says, for example, there is a very precious lady that I'll never forget, and she's going through cancer treatment, and she says that she has found so much meaning in my wrapping tutorials, you know, because that gave her I don't know, her feeling as a woman back, that she can now put something on her head, because of course she's bald now, and because of the treatments, and she can now go back outside and feel beautiful. You know what that does to me? I'm so grateful for this, because I'm just sitting here and doing what I'm doing, what I love to do, but I have never thought how much it does to other people, how much it speaks into lives of other people. There is a woman who contacted me and told me, by doing what you're doing, I have gotten my self-worth back, and it has changed my marriage around for the better. You know, my husband recognizes me again. And I feel like, wow, I haven't done that. Like, what? I was just sitting here saying, put on some makeup and make yourself beautiful. But, you know, so what I'm trying to say with that is not that I'm the person who is doing all of this. I'm just saying that we never know what we spark in other people's lives. And I think that is an amazing thing that I have realized now in those 2 years of YouTube, how much one can do through a camera lens, and how much comes back in return. You know, those beautiful comments of like validation and support and love, and that's just wonderful. And I will be forever grateful. Even if I would go off YouTube tomorrow, I would take that with me, and I would be forever grateful. So yeah, so that is that. I hope you did enjoy the video, and if you would like to, please pick up the tag and feel free to do it. I would love to see your answers, and please tag me in that video so I can see your answers to the questions, or to the categories. It's not really questions. Besides that, of course, leave me your comments in the comment section, and you will find, of course, my makeup and everything in my social media in the description box down below. And I'll see you here next time for my next video. Before you leave, don't forget to subscribe, and up until next time, absolutely go ahead and sparkle. Hugs and kisses. Bye.